Hey everyone, have I here, bro? But on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we're going to be doing our full breakdown and some fun little team builds for the EZA Dokkan Festival exclusive Pikkon. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. And as usual, we'll go ahead and start with the Extreme Z Battle. How to get the medals. It's going to be another 2-for-1. Some of you guys like that. Some of you guys don't. I like it because I don't have to spend that much time completing 60 stages versus just 30 stages here. But you're also going to be able to do the Tech Janemba medals here. The video for Tech Janemba's breakdown and full team builds will be after this video. And all you're going to need to do is bring in other World Warrior characters, right? Not a bunch that's out there, right? Ultimately, you're also going to make sure that you're not bringing, after level 20, not bringing STR units or extreme AGL units because they aren't going to do much damage with the 80% mitigation at level 20. So the valuable units that you want to bring is going to be Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku because he is probably the best Other World Warriors leader. However, you can also bring in the Int Super Saiyan 2 Goku that transforms into Super Saiyan 3. That could be a leader for Otherworld Warriors, but I don't think you have to use Otherworld Warriors as your leader skill because you're able to bring the 10-year anniversary LR Vegito and Gogeta. And if you just want to bring in the Vegito, which that's what I'm going to be doing, Vegito, he's Earthbred fighters, and he's going to be pure Saiyans, you could bring enough Otherworld Warriors that's going to fit that team. I think that team is going to be the strongest to go ahead and complete this event. So with that, let's go ahead and now dive into the breakdown. So let's talk about this unit here, another Dokkan Festival exclusive 180% category lead. Oh, before we go into that, let's dive into the stats. HP attack and defense is very good. It's basically LR level. Over 21,000 in HP, almost 21,000 in attack, and over 14,000 in defense. We normally don't see these highest stats in Dokkan Festival exclusive EZAs. It's generally like, you know, 19, 18, maybe 12. We recently just saw those types of stats in the last dual EZA with the Exchange Gohan and the Transforming Cell, but these are very, very good, making all his other boosted stats or the passive skills and everything really boost everything up tremendously. So really nice there. Let's talk about the Link skills: Supreme Warrior, Gentleman, Experienced Fighter, Shocking Speed, Cold Judgment, Otherworld Warriors, and Fierce Battle. Not your best Link skills, but again, this is going to be a support unit, so his support is going to be more important than the Links. Categories, limited categories: Movie Heroes, Worthy Rivals, Otherworld Warrior Saviors, Battle Wits, Connected Hope, Story Figures, and then tournament participants. I'm going to go through a few of these on here, but more the relevant teams than the non-ones that you see for this unit. Let's go ahead and now dive into the regular stats here. First, leader skill. Again, this is another Dokkan Festival exclusive 180%. Basically what you're seeing is 170% Dokkan Festival exclusive leaders. This is a single category, get boosted 180%. You can develop a pretty decent team. We'll talk about that in a second. And then you have a great secondary leader skill because you can bring basically any other superclass character for 130%. But generally at this, meta, 130% isn't going to cut it, no matter how good that unit technically is. But again, if you are starting out the game or something of that nature, this 130% superclass is very nice. The passive skill, it is a unit super attack, but the unit super attack really doesn't do much for you, so it doesn't really matter. The 12 key super attack here greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage to enemy, and greatly lowers defense, attack, greatly lowers attack. And then while the unit super attack, when you are with a ally that's Goku Angel or Vegeta Angel, you get this here: raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage to enemy, and then attacks effective against all types and greatly lowers attack. So you just get this little extra here. It would be very interesting and nice if they would have made this like stacking, so people would like, okay, I do need to bring a Goku Angel or Vegeta Angel, and generally the 10-year anniversary units should take care of that. But interestingly enough, it's not enough for you to care about the unit super attack. Cool animation. right? But ultimately, it's not that important. Let's go ahead and dive into the passive skill here. Base effects, attack and defense 200%. High chance of evading enemies' attack, which is the main feature of its defensive skill. It is a dodging type unit, but for the first 7 turns, yeah, I think you're going to be okay. Superclass allies, this is the base here. Superclass allies keep +2 attack and defense 30%. Very, very nice support. And then for 7 turns, you're going to have 200% defense and then guard along with that. However, that does drop off. So you're basically going to be kind of dodge or die afterwards. So for 3 or more type key spheres obtained, so you got to make sure you do that. Otherworld Warriors or Connected Hope categories, attack and defense 30%, and then launches additional attack has a great chance of becoming a super attack. So you got to make sure you activate that along with the Rainbow Key Sphere orb obtained. You're going to get key +4, chance of evading enemies' attack +20%, making your dodge chance at 70%, and then you have the ability to seal enemy super attack for 2 turns if they're able to be sealed. And then when attacking with 12 key or more, or max key, you're going to have attack and defense 200%. So these are things that you're going to technically have to get. So there are, I would say, there are a little bit of limitations where if you get a situation where you're not going to be able to get the key spheres or the rainbow key spheres, it does really, really hamper and put a damper on this unit. But ultimately a very, very great support unit that you can run. And that's generally where you're going to see in my team builds where he's going to actually be as a support unit. So it does have one skill that is very, very good, and that is its active skill here. So you're able to activate this when facing one enemy whose HP is 50% or more and starting from the 4th turn at the start of the battle. It is basically a ghost usher, and you delay a single target enemy's attack for 1 turn. So what this does is I don't think there is a enemy nullifier for this. It's just a ghost usher. It will automatically, there's no enemy skill that says, oh, we're going to say that this can't happen. So very, very strong active skill here. So in a tight situation, you're like, oh, I'm not too sure, you can go ahead and pop this and you're free for that turn. So very, very broken, very strong there. And yeah, it does have some conditions, but I think you're going to be okay to fulfill that. Let's go ahead and move on to then just Connected Hope in general. And if you're going to want to build a team with Connected Hope, these are the LRs. I didn't show the TURs, which is fine. Just here's the LR. So you can kind of build and create a team that could fit very well in that 180% Connected Hope. So I didn't do like a full version of it. This is kind of like a partial version where you're going to have the Pikkons as floaters, as leading floaters. And then I brought in Beast Gohan, I brought in the 10-year anniversary Gogeta, the EZA Gogeta, Gotenks, and then LRGGT. All of them are able, of course, to get the additional 30% boost for 60% boost, being a super class and Connected Hope or a Otherworld Warriors. So this is kind of where it would actually fit. And this extra support that you're getting for this team here, I think you can do quite a bit of events and be viable as one of the better 180% leaders that we currently have in the game. Now, of course, the meta we have now is 250/220, but hey, 180 is still pretty decent. Now, if you're going to run a Connected Hope team, you'd probably rather run this Connected Hope team with the EZA Gogeta. Yes, you're only going to have one Pikkon on here, but all these units here that you can run is going to be 60% boosted by Pikkon. Even the Vegito, even though he's not Connected Hope, he's part of Time Limit, but he is going to be part of the Otherworld Warriors, so that's why he's going to be able to get that extra boost. So I think it's going to be interesting, like, you know, which team is better. The LRGGT does help, right? He's going to be able to give that 77% for 2 turns, but it's going to be run as a floater. But ultimately, yeah, it's pretty good at 180, right? Not the best, you know, it's not going to compete with the 200%, but again, with that 6% boost, it's going to feel pretty good. So let's go ahead and move on to when you actually move into a 200% lead, right? And that's going to be Movie Heroes. That's the obvious choice for Pikkon. In this case scenario, the main rotations for like Beast Gohan and Gogeta, those units here are going to be boosted at 60%, whereas you know, this guy here, the LR God's only going to be boosted at 30%. but still all in all very, very good. And you can of course move, you know, GGT maybe here, but again, also something that you want to think about is Pikkon better than LRGGT on this team. You might run a GGT on this team versus Pikkon. I guess it's up to you. But Movie Hero's still getting good units to run and optional units to run if you don't have particular units, especially on this team. Another team, of course, you can run is Movie Heroes, but also Power Beyond Super Saiyans. This is going to be Pikkon running at only 170%. You are able to boost, of course, Beast Gohan, 10-year anniversary Gogeta, and then the Gotenks. They're going to be boosted at 60%. Everyone else is going to be boosted at 30%. Now, Beast Gohan and the 10-year anniversary Gogeta, they're running at only 170%, so that 60% boost does help. Now, here's the question on this team here. Are you willing to remove Pikkon for LR34? I don't think so. For this team, I think LR34 definitely dominates the option here. I guess if you don't have LR34, you run Pikkon as an option, but I don't think Pikkon is your first option in terms of this team here. But it's nice to have another option. However, he's probably going to be sitting on the bench. Let's look at another team here that Pikkon is on. That's going to be tournament participants. He's going to be running at 170, 200/170. He's going to boost the main rotation as long as there's super class units as 30% here, as shown here. But this is not super viable. It's viable enough for maybe, you know, 90% of the events, but ultimately, you know, with the STR cell, you want to run with other cells. This is just a variation of the tournament participants on here, and it's not as efficient as you want it to be. But none of these are going to be boosted at 60%. It's just going to be run at 30% for super class allies. And then the other unit, tournament participants team that you can run is got Topo. Again, Gotenks is on here. It's okay, right? It's okay. So I think it's better than like the Universe 11 support here. But ultimately, I don't know. It's it's not ideal. How about that? The last team I'm going to go through, again, is not really ideal, but you can bring him on Glorio's team because he is on Battle of Wits, Pikkon that is. He can support Beast Gohan and Gogeta, and then of course Glorio does support as well. So it does have some options here. I don't know if it would be ideal. I'd rather have like a better unit, since Glorio is going to be supporting you anyway, have a better unit as a floater. But ultimately, you guys can put Pikkon on that team. So anyway, I didn't go over all of them, just kind of went through a few of these. Hopefully, you guys, you know, come up with some ideas. I think this is actually a very interesting team that you can run with a triple support, double Pikkon leader, and LRGGT as a floater. Yeah, pretty interesting team that you can run. So with that, hopefully you guys enjoy the EZA of Pikkon. I will be doing the Janemba video. I'm not sure right after or anything, but anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We will catch you next time. Later.